I know you had a busy weekend, Cart, but I am pretty sure that
I didn't miss anything.
I'm pretty sure the TikTok stopped.
Yeah, because I was sad.
So again, this man Carter Elliott can commit to one thing for 1 week at a time, and then has to change it.
I posted.
Every single day you posted a TikTok over the weekend?
I did not post Saturday, no.
Did Michigan State get a transfer commitment that I'm unaware of?
Well, there were some rumblings that we had some interest in some people, so that I thought that deserved. Listen, man, no one wants to see
Micah
someone.
Parrish. Micah Parrish.
Yeah.
Be a future Spartan.
So let me talk about this. It's real quick. The Michigan State segment can be extremely quick because we now have interest in one singular player. We have interest in Oakland's fourth best player this past season, Micah Parrish. Could definitely give us some minutes on the wing. Not something that's going to flip me to be like excited or happy, but it's good to see that at least we're going for warm bodies and trying to give out some scholarships at least. So I guess that's a positive.
I don't think Micah Parrish is very good. I guess I'll just give my eval on that. He is a body, correct. I don't think Michigan State fans should like give Tom Izzo kudos if he lands Micah Parrish at this point in the transfer portal. He's not like there's so many players in the portal. Micah Parrish probably isn't a top 500 player in it, right?
Like, let's talk about our own team. I'd rather play Pierre Brooks than Micah Parrish.
So I disagree there. I think Pierre Brooks is. I'm gonna refrain from words on what I think Pierre Brooks is. He's fine. He's a body, but Micah Parrish at least has like done things at a college level, even if it's at Oakland. I don't think Pierre Brooks would average 12 at Oakland.
I think Pierre Brooks would average 12 at Oakland.
I don't. If Pierre Brooks isn't playing on a team where he shoots 45 times a game that his dad coaches, he is not really a great offensive option. Also, that was at the 7th most competitive level in high school basketball. Really, the levels of high school basketball competitively are hurting Michigan State. Max Christie, Pierre Brooks, like not great. It's kind of like when the NBA people point back and they're like, they did that against accountants or whatever they call it. Like that's kind of, you got to take that with a grain of salt. But anyways, back to Micah Parrish. I think like if you get Micah Parrish, by the time he leaves Michigan State, he could be like a solid contributing role player. Like I think he's a guy you can plug into the Michigan State system and he's not going to need the ball in his hands. But if the ball ends up in his hands, like for an open shot, I don't think you're upset about it. He can probably guard some people. He has
like Austin Thornton type beat by his time he leaves. I'm trying to think, or like Kyle Ahrens.
Kyle Ahrens, maybe. Like, which is fine, right? Like as long as he makes shots. I don't know. The larger problem here is that even if you get Micah Parrish, who else are they recruiting in the portal cart? Because that's one of 4 open scholarships.
Nobody. And we're not getting a center, by the way.
Definitively?
Yeah, we're not.
You think we're not? I asked that again. Is that the breaking point for Michigan State fans?
That's the breaking. Speaking for this fan personally, that is the breaking point for me. That is malpractice. That is self-sabotage. That is basically looking at. I'm trying to think. Like when you're a toddler and you got like you got the stove, right? And if it's the gas stove, it lights up red, and you touch it because you don't really know it's hot yet. That's exactly what we're doing. So we're burning ourselves. We don't care. Like we're literally identifying that this is an issue and that we should, maybe we should address it. But we're like, fuck it, and burning ourselves. Why you would want to go into the next season not putting yourself in the best position to win just is going to keep me up at night. I'm really sick of carrying ourselves like we're Northwestern, like we can't get people. Why are we doing that? Are we finished? Are we toast? Is Michigan State not fun to play at?
Tom Izzo's toast. That's my answer. And I've hinted at it. I've kind of said it, and people have told me I'm being reactionary. I'm the red flag guy. I'm the asshole rival fan. Tom Izzo is toast. Like, and by toast, I mean he can continue finishing between 5th and 8th in the Big Ten and making the NCAA tournament every single year and losing in either the first or second round every single year. That's what's going to happen for the remainder of Tom Izzo's tenure. It is not all that different than the way Mark D'Antonio's tenure ended on the football field. And look, I was on the opposite side of this with football. I was adamant that if you fire Mark D'Antonio, horrible things will happen. You can't fire a guy with that level of success. It's not that easy to just bring someone in and replace them and keep the mojo of the program where it needs to be. I said they couldn't do it. And then they hire a dude who had zero track record of success, Cart, as a head coach, zero. He was horrible at Colorado. And he's God's gift to East Lansing.
Oh, wow. Wow, we are getting a Greg Meltucker endorsement. God's gift to East Lansing.
Learn from the lesson, right? Like, thank you, Tom Izzo, for everything you've done. You're going to get a statue at the university. Let's just hope it doesn't turn out like Bo Schembechler's statue someday. There's still some things we need to make sure. But the bottom line is the guy's an icon. He was great for 2 decades. The whole every 4-year player makes a Final Four thing ended 7 years ago. And ever since, it's been different. Like,
it also didn't end 7 years ago.
It did.
You love to forget that we made the Final Four in 2019.
It ended prior to Cassius Winston's tenure.
Do you love to forget that we made the Final Four in 2019?
Keith Appling didn't make a Final Four.
Okay.
That's when it ended. That might be more than 7 years ago. And then since there, again, this is what you're doing. I'm telling you, you don't want to admit it. At some point in the next 3 years, you'll just admit I was right all along. You are doing this, taking your hat.
What?
You're hanging your hat. You are hanging your hat on a Final Four that Cassius Winston got you.
I'm not hanging my hat on that.
You are letting that cover up.
No. Stop. Here's what we're gonna do. I do agree that in these past 2 seasons, it has not been good. Okay, that's not objective. That's actually a fact. Okay,
that means it is objective.
Huh?
That means it is objective.
Sorry, I'm a little.
I'm sorry. Continue.
Let me collect myself. Okay. What I'm saying is that this year to me was like the maker. Like, this is the year that was make or break for me. Like, I didn't want it to get to this point where like I'm forced to basically want to force Izzo out, because I don't think that's how he should go out. That's not how he deserves to go out. But fact of the matter is, we're going into this season and things are looking scary.
Say it.
And
say it, Carter. Say it.
I'm not signing up for finishing between 5th and 7th in the Big Ten every single year. I'm good on that. I want a team that's going to compete to win Big Ten titles. And we can do that. And we need to get back to that. But I don't think we're taking the proper steps to get back to that. God bless Micah Parrish and everything he does. But if we think that's a piece that's going to push us to compete in the Big Ten, that's not what it is.
Should Tom Izzo be the head coach of Michigan State basketball?
Yes.
So you're not at the breaking point. I've asked the last 3 episodes, what's the breaking point? You're still not at the breaking point. Good to know.
If we go into this season without another big, I'll probably be broken. And if it's just Micah Parrish, I'll probably be broken more.
But broken to me means you say on camera that Tom Izzo shouldn't be the coach anymore. Because that is the breaking point that I'm looking for. That's the breaking point I've been hinting at. That's the point I'm at, and I've been at for over a year. And
the breaking point you're looking for. You want to hear me say that?
Michigan State fans, deep down in their heart of hearts, in their gut of guts, they know that I'm right. I'll look you dead ass in the eye right now. I know we have Michigan State fans that listen to this shit. I respect you. I have a lot of respect for Michigan State fans, the way they go about their business, the team they root for, the values that they value in college basketball. Respect it all. Great fan base. You know I'm right. I swear to God, you all know deep down I am right. The Tom Izzo train is not going to self-correct itself at this stage in his career. He has failed every single test along the way of showing signs that he could get the train back on the tracks. He's straight up not recruiting the portal. He's straight up leaving scholarships open. This is not the first year he's done this. It's not. And if you keep signing up for this over and over and over and over and over again, you're going to get at best the results you just got this last season. That's the truth. And Michigan State fans know I'm right. Deep down, that's the thing. They don't want to admit it because they're as stubborn as their head coach is.
Hey, I resent that.
One day, you are going to reach a breaking point. You, Carter Elliott, and you, everyone at home listening to this, is going to reach a breaking point on Tom Izzo. And I think we're less than a year away from that because he's not going to sign a center. And
I can't believe you just called me stubborn.
The Michigan State fan base as a whole is stubborn with how they.
So are you. You're the most stubborn person I know.
Listen, you've gotten combative to me on the last few episodes, my friend.
You be combative to it, Micah.
That's why I'm just wondering where the breaking point is, because it looks to me, my friend, as someone who loves you, Cart, it looks to me like you're at the breaking point. You just won't say the words that everyone should be saying.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, you know how I wrote broke on my piece of paper? If I could fit the N at the end, that might have been a good segment to me being broken. But unfortunately, this piece of paper is not that big. But for real, though, in all seriousness, if the roster is at where it's at right now, the only reason I won't be broken is because our backcourt will be good. Otherwise, I would be completely broken.
The backcourt will be good, but we need to have a long podcast episode on that. The backcourt's not as good as Michigan State fans are making.
No. I'm not saying it's a great. I'm saying it'll be a good backcourt.
Like, I'm hearing some like AJ Hogarth's the best point guard in the Big Ten takes, and like, I love AJ Hogarth. You know,
who are other point guards in the Big Ten?
Just let me pause for a second. I have the answer, by the way, but again, I love AJ Hogarth. I campaigned for him to be the starter all last year. This guy came off the bench 28 games to Tyson Walker last year, and now he's the best point guard in the league. And again, even if he is that good, do you really trust your coach to make the most out of that right now? Really, in your heart of hearts, do you trust Tom Izzo to do that? He got
AJ Hogarth better.
He held him back all season because
he
values Tyson Walker. What? Tyson Walker took his minutes, Cart.
Stop.
If AJ Hogarth's the best point guard in the Big Ten, why the hell is he playing Tyson Walker?
Do they not play? Well, I mean, you can't play AJ Hogarth for.
Last year they didn't.
I'm saying you can't play AJ Hogarth for 30 minutes a game, and let's also not act like AJ Hogarth every single time he's on the floor was just playing out of his mind. He also was inconsistent.
Oh, so you mean to tell me there's reasons AJ Hogarth probably isn't the best point guard in the Big Ten?
Okay, I never said that AJ Hogarth is the best point guard in the Big Ten. I said is good backcourt. I said we'd have a good backcourt, and somehow now we're jumping to me saying that AJ Hogarth is the best point guard in the Big Ten. I speak for myself, not everybody else.
Michigan State has a backcourt that's good enough to get them to 8th in the Big Ten if they start Jackson Kohler at center. I agree.
Okay. We will have a better starting backcourt than your team next year.
I don't think you know that for sure. Especially, and if Terrence Shannon starts in the Michigan backcourt, that's not true.
That is true.
So, by the way, the best guard in the conference next year, no one wants to say it, but it's Xavier Johnson, Indiana. He averaged 17 and 7 over the final month of the season on like 50 and 45%. He's the reason Indiana went on a crazy run. So he's inconsistent.
I really think it's funny that you are getting on me for my backcourt comments while your whole season and your whole backcourt excitement is riding on a guy who averaged 3 points last year?
I don't have any backcourt excitement.
Oh, you don't love Frankie Collins?
I love Frankie Collins. Have you ever heard me say the Michigan backcourt is going to be good? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, I actually have. I heard the Frankie, Doug McDaniel, add Terrence Shannon to that. From you.
No. I like Frankie and I like Doug. I'm terrified of the Michigan backcourt. 100%. They make no sense next to Hunter Dickinson, too. I talked about that in my video. By the way, watch the video. I broke down Hunter Dickinson's return in depth. And I also called Terrace Reed Efton Reed in that video. So I should stop doing videos past midnight.
No one is gonna fear Arch State Eddie Curry.